The first time Liam met Evelyn, they were 7 years old, playing in the backyard of her grandmother's house. A giant cherry tree stood tall in the middle of the garden, its branches sprawling like open arms, welcoming them into a world of whispered secrets and endless adventures. One afternoon, as they sat beneath its shade, Evelyn turned to Liam with a serious expression, her tiny hands clutching the hem of her dress. "Let's make a promise," she said. Liam tilted his head, curious. "What kind of promise?" "That no matter what happens, no matter how far we go, we'll meet here again under this tree when we're grown-ups." Her voice held a conviction far too strong for a child, but Liam nodded without hesitation. "I promise," he said, linking his pinky with hers. The years passed and life pulled them in different directions. Evelyn's family moved away when they were 10, and though they tried to keep in touch, time slowly faded their childhood letters into forgotten memories. Liam stayed in their hometown, often wandering past her grandmother's house, staring at the cherry tree that still stood tall, waiting. He sometimes wondered if Evelyn ever thought about their promise. 15 years later, on a quiet spring afternoon, Liam found himself standing beneath the cherry tree once again. He wasn't sure why he had come, perhaps out of nostalgia or maybe because some part of him still held on to the promise they had made as children. As he traced the bark of the tree with his fingers, he heard soft footsteps behind him. "You're here," a familiar voice whispered. He turned around and there she was. Evelyn. She had changed, of course, her hair was longer, her eyes wiser, but there was no mistaking the warmth in her smile, the same one he had known all those years ago. "I wasn't sure if you would come," she admitted, stepping closer. Liam chuckled, his heart pounding. "I had to. I made a promise, remember?" She smiled, reaching out to take his hand just like she had when they were kids. And in that moment, beneath the cherry blossoms that danced in the breeze, they both realized something. Their promise had never been just a childhood dream. It had been fate, patiently waiting for them to find their way back to each other.